to the show. I know it's been a minute. It feels like it's been forever. I was gone most of last week. I'm sorry about yesterday. I had a situation where some things are changing on the show. And with the Tigers at home in the postseason, of course, Hot Amy was at the game. And it was like, I didn't want to do it without her. And it was going to, and then it was a rain delay. And
dude,
it was so crazy. Pissed. Yeah. Oh, dude, if I was in that stadium, I would have left.
Like, well, you know, I knew that there was a delay coming. And so I was like, we're not going down there right now because Rocky, gotta love that man. He knows me so well.
Yeah.
Because he was like, I was like, should we go now? And he's like, Amy, the thing is, I'm thinking about how you're going to be when we're all just smushed in the concourse.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have to deal with that. And I don't want to. And I was like, wrong. That's exactly why I don't want to go down there because I know how I'm going to be.
Yeah. So what time did you guys end up going to the game? Because it sucked. The game sucked. It was awful.
Sucked. It was delayed. The game was supposed to start at 4. And we probably got down there at like 4:30, 4:45. So, you know, we had that really good parking that comes with the tickets. So we were just parked in that parking lot and we were listening to the radio and they were like, Major League Baseball isn't even going to make a decision until 6:30. And when I tell you, I mean, there was a lot of discussion about leaving. A lot of discussion about leaving.
If not a playoff game, you wouldn't have even gone. Like, not even a question.
Not correct. Correct. Yeah. And if it weren't legitimate conversation about leaving, but I was like, we're sitting like 100 feet from the stadium. We can just wait it out, you know?
Yeah.
But God, the game sucked.
Every minute of it sucked.
There was nothing to cheer about ever, except for Miggy throwing out the first pitch, who looked great, by the way, better than he did when he played.
Yeah.
And should have asked him to suit up in the middle and play DH because
you should have texted Drew because yesterday was the day you wanted to be in his seats in the Champions Club with the giant buffet, out of the weather, like all of that shit. Be like, Drew, I want to come up to your area because you can just hang out up there.
Yeah. By the time we got in, it wasn't raining anymore, and you know the ushers wiped our seats down. So
you know, it's weird. Fun. It was sunny and beautiful at 3:00 here on the west side. I was like, what the hell's going on over there?
Yeah. Mike's texting me. He's like, what's the holdup? It's 80 and sunny.
Yeah, it was beautiful. I look outside my window and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm 2,000 miles from the park, but still, it's gorgeous out. Let's go.
To have to go sit through that and watch this beating of a fucking offense the Tigers have. I mean, I've stopped watching. I just check my phone periodically because I'm going to throw things. I can't believe the lack of professional hitting on this club.
Dude.
You know, and
today was such a shock.
And then there's fucking Torque with his meaningless RBI single late in the game.
Yeah.
I watched it when they don't need it.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, it's just frustrating as hell.
It was like, oh my God, they finally woke up a little bit, scored some runs. It has been like, I just can't understand. You have a Major League Baseball team that's made it this far, was in first place most of the year, and they cannot score more than 2 runs in a game. Like, it makes Scuba look bad. The guy's out there pitching his ass off, gives up 2 runs. You should be able to give up 2 runs and be in a ball game. And it's like, no. But today,
it's not even just Scuba. Some of these other starters have had good outings.
Yeah.
And just have nothing to show for it.
Yeah. And I don't know what that is. I don't know how you fix it. Were they like that all year? I feel like they could hit at some point.
After the break, they were terrible. Do you know Torque only had 19 RBIs after the All-Star break?
Really?
Unbelievable. 3 months, 19 RBIs. That's 6 a month.
Did you know Javi Baez hasn't hit a playoff home run in like 8 years?
Wow.
He did today.
8 seasons.
Yeah. He got one today?
Yeah, he got one today.
Yeah, he got one today.
Okay.
No, that's why I know that random stat.
Yeah, but it kind of meaningless. Was that did they have a 3-run lead at that point? And then he or was his a big home run? I'm trying to remember.
No, he had
Greens was big and Torres.
Yeah. Baez had a big RBI, I think, but then he had another home run that he crushed.
Yeah.
The green home run went 450. That would have been
454.
out of the old Tiger Stadium. So
Wow.
straightaway center field at the old Tiger Stadium.
That's crazy. Yeah, he smoked it. But
that was great.
So I was
13 runs in their last 10 innings, by the way.
Did they really?
Well, they got 4 last night.
Yeah,
the last 11 innings.
Yeah. Can the question is, can they now fly to the West Coast and with Scooble going, get one more? Do you guys have confidence they can go do it?
No.
Yes.
No, it's been such a shit second half. I have to see it to believe it at this point.
Listen, I lived by positive thoughts for positive results when I worked for the Tigers. I don't use that motto in any other aspect of my life except for sports. So generally, I would agree with you.
Aren't they adorable when they're young, Mike?
Yeah, I know.
No, trust me.
I know. The whole
generally
world's in
agree
front of
with
them.
you.
Yeah.
No. I have been so sad. But they already won one out in Seattle. We've got Scooble on the mound. It's up to our offense. If they do what they did today, I mean, honestly, like a 50-50 shot, I would say.
Well, if they do what they did today, they could be in the World Series. They'll be in every game. They can play with anybody. But
I just fear we're going to get another sad sacked 13 strikeout effort where they can't knock guys in. Scooble will pitch a damn near perfect game and lose.
And it's the last time we ever see him pitch.
Well, it'll be, you're going to see him pitch in the Yankee pinstripes.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I forgot to finish that. In a Tiger uniform.
But he'll pitch great. They'll pull him out after his 36 pitches, and they'll get to the bullpen.
Yeah. Do you
have any confidence that Chris Ilitch will do the right thing and sign him?
I don't know if it's the right thing, though.
Yeah, because it'll be a 10-year deal, won't it? You'll Miggy all over again.
Chris Ilitch, if he makes mistakes, he rides them out. Like the Yankees fuck up on a free agent deal, they just spend more to get out of it.
They just eat it, yeah.
Chris Ilitch will ride it out, and for 10 years, you'll have no money to spend.
Right.
I'd love to have him, but
I see what you're saying.
$440 a year over the 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what they did kind of with Miggy. I remember when they signed Miggy to his last big deal, it was like, he's already pressing the limits of what his career is going to offer. Like
what
at that
fat
point,
guys can do, right? Fat guys don't last long.
Yeah.
No. So I don't know. I put that bet in with FanDuel. I don't know, probably around the All-Star break. It was like, this team, they're going to win out. They might not lose another game. And so I put $25 on them to win the World Series, paying $250. And FanDuel has been like, we'll give you $8. If you want to back out of this, like we feel bad, we'll give you $8.
Get out of it now.
I'm like, what's $8 worth? Today, they're offering me $18.11
to get out of it.
To get out of it.
Boy.
They're like, if you want out now, we'll give you $18.
Take the 18.
I know. Is it absurd to be like, what's the point of $18.11? You might as well just let it ride. It was only
must
$25.
Be a Rockefeller. I'd want my $18.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. I if they win this series, I kind of want to get to a point where FanDuel admits, all right, we'll give you your $25 back. Until they're willing to give me my full $25 investment bet back.
Good luck.
Like, no, I'm going to be stubborn about it.
Good luck with that, brother.
I know. I figure if they win in Seattle, they don't play tomorrow, right? They'll play Friday. So I figure if they win on Friday, FanDuel might cave and be like, all right, we'll give you $25. At which point, then I've got another decision to make. Like, what's the point of pulling it now? I don't know.
Have to take a gas, brother.
Yeah, I know. That's true. Well, Greg Henson is here. Hello, 3G. Most people know that I've had issue with 3G Gregs my whole life. I don't trust them by and large. They're like they're like Geoff Jeffries. Like, what the fuck are you doing? But I do like this 3G, and I think
I like 3Gs.
Do you really? I don't know. It seems like
one of my most favorite clients is a 3G.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. How do you feel about this 3G?
I just said I like him.
Yeah.
You like this one? Yeah.
More than I like you, to be honest.
Yeah, me too. I like her better than you.
So, I mean, Mike, thanks for joining our show.
Right. Get lost, Mike.
We could do this. And how do I put you guys over here? How do I make me tiny wee? How do I make me wee?
Leave it like this. This is what people want.
This is what people want.
Not what people want. Maybe on certain days.
When you shower, they want that picture.
Yeah,
they
exactly.
Do, more than this one. Well, 3G informed me while I was out of town that his schedule has opened up a bit, and I don't know what he did. I don't know who he sexually harassed or who he got violent with in the office. I don't know what happened, but what's going on, Mr. Henson?
Well, guilty of making too much money.
Oh,
radio is a mess. I worked at a radio station that was losing a lot of money for 2 years in a row. And someone made the decision that I was the first to go. And I'm pretty sure it's because of my budget number. I don't know. Which I don't, whatever. They can do whatever they want. They're in business to make money, not to employ people.
Yeah.
So I'm no longer at LAV. And, I think I'm just the first to go, unfortunately. You know how it goes, Mike. This business is in bad shape with the conglomerates.
Yeah. And I don't see a way out of it. Like, I know a lot of great people in radio. I was at a station in Kalamazoo when the first opportunity they got to get live bodies out of the building and do like pre-recorded staff. It wasn't a month when it was just me and Dave doing the morning show. The sales staff was gone and they had automation. It was like this is in like 96, early on. Yeah. And it was like, overnights, we've just automated Ryan Seacrest in as the overnight guy. And they had this whole whiz bang set up to just spin tunes. And within a month, it was like a ghost town. We would go in there. There was no one in the building. And it's like, where is this going to go? So given the opportunity to get bodies out of there and just automate it all and pay a licensing fee or something.
Right.
That's what they're going to do. And I see it now. And I don't know who owned the station there, if that was an iHeart property or Cumulus. Yeah. I just don't know where it's going to go. Like this, if you do this right, you can make everything you need right here in the podcast space.
Well, and you could make money in radio if they hadn't spent too much for these radio stations. They're worth less now than they paid for them. They can't dump them, so they're bleeding them dry, trying to get to some profitability. But the guy who let me go came in 2 years ago to turn it around. The station was losing a ton of money, and this year it's going to be worse. And so, don't think we didn't walk in every day going, one of us is out of here soon.
Yeah.
There was no planning. They didn't think through how they were going to do this. So they let me go. It's going to be Travis and Michelle. Travis had a baby after the first day together, so he's off 8 weeks. So they've left Michelle alone on the show, and she's great talent, but she's like, I don't want to do this. This is crazy.
Yeah.
And so she's scrambling to find people to sit in with her, and the whole. Once again, there was no forethought to it. They damaged a brand, probably irreparably, because I was there 3 years and they fired the guy before me. And it's like, who's next? Why they didn't look at other options that were not performing. Instead, they just looked at the spreadsheet and said, first guy gone. Then the next one, they're going to go to the next.
They sorted the spreadsheet in the salary column, and they sorted it from largest to smallest, and they're like, okay, we're going to start there.
Right.
That seems like an easy way to chop off 20% or whatever it is.
And you know what's funny? My salary is not going to make a dent into the amount of money they're losing. So there were only 6 people in programming on 4 stations.
What?
Wow.
6 people.
Yeah.
And one of them's a producer who got hired recently, who they don't need. And one is a voice tracker. So it's just a mess.
It's funny. G was asking me, he goes, well, what did, he's like, I'm really excited. He's like, I think you and Amy with Greg will do great. He said, that'll be really cool. But what did Greg do there? I'm like, well, he was the programmer and talent. And I said, nowadays, I mean, it's been a decade plus since I've walked into a radio station, but I mean, my guess is he's probably half marketing director, half fucking, he's probably in all the programming meetings, he's probably doing his own editing, like all of it, like nowadays.
Well, I programmed 3 stations.
Yeah. All music or talking music?
There was a sports station and 2 musics. I had a country station and I had LAV. And I did all of it,
Yeah.
And then, they told me they were just eliminating my position, which, fine. But that really is going to affect a lot of things that go on in that building. And they they should care more for their brands than they do.
Yeah. So what do you think? What is that like when they walk into your office, when someone walks in and goes, "Hey, have a seat. Can we talk for a minute?"
Well, no, he came. He brought me down. He said he knocked on my door because I was in my office with Oyster, and because she goes on Friday, and
nice.
So I go down there, and he says, "Well, we just did budgets, and we have to make a change. We're going to eliminate the PD job at LAV." And I looked at it, and I kind of laughed. I was like, "Yeah, okay, good job." And then I didn't really say much because why, and just got my stuff and left. But it's like,
So that's like an immediate thing.
What's that?
Oh yeah, because they probably don't want you to like go on radio and be like, "Fuck this motherfucker" type thing.
Yeah, no, and I didn't, and I don't care to do that.
Of course not.
It's weak.
Give you some time, but
it's just weak management. It's not uncommon. These people are scared of their own shadow. And look, if I'd come in 2 years ago and not move the needle in sales, and I mean, I'd be worried more about my job. And I think that's kind of what I ran into with this guy. And you know what? It was going to happen eventually because they're so deep in the hole.
Yeah.
Sales wise.
Well, I just don't know. Like, I don't know what outside of like the emergency services, not everybody has internet in rural areas. And like, I don't know what the point is anymore in like terrestrial radio.
Well, it's not.
Honestly, I don't see where.
His name is Rocky, and he is downstairs.
Yeah.
He listens to the radio. He's the only person I know.
My kids don't even know how to tune a radio in. They don't.
No.
Mine called me one day. He was going to school. He goes, "How do I turn on your radio station?"
Yeah.
I said, "How do I pay for your college?"
Yeah. Right. Dude, that's crazy. It's so funny. And what you said, like, probably went right over Amy, but it didn't on me. It's not lost on me. The whole, we're getting rid of the program director position, like
of our number one brand, the number one brand we have in town.
Yeah.
But this kind of felt personal. I never really vibed with this GM, kind of a nerd. He's always sick. He's always at home sick, that kind of thing. And I'm like, everyone in the building kind of just rolls their eyes. It's whatever. It doesn't matter. So that was personal. I'm almost sure of it.
Really?
But it was also, I think he said, look, I think in his head, he said, I don't really vibe with Greg. I don't know him. I didn't hire him. Yeah. And he makes a lot of money, so he's gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I was not comfortable around this person, and not many people are there.
Yeah. So how many times on the beach is this for you?
100. I mean, yeah. I even said to my wife, "Why do you think I'm always the first to go?"
Yeah.
And she goes, "Salary," because I try to negotiate hard when I come in.
Yeah.
And
that's what happens later in your career.
What's that?
You get let go. I mean, you make more. You've got, negotiating ability, and they don't like that. So a lot easier to bring in someone else. Left.
So that didn't help that the guy who hired me moved on. He got let go. Because sales were bad, and now they're worse. So
well, that's usually how that goes. The guy that brought you in wants to bring in his team.
Yep.
You see that all the time.
And they don't think about how it affects the brand, how it affects people and their families, particularly when you're performing,
Yeah. So what do you think? What do you think going forward? I see, Amy. I think of it like Greg will use us as a little stopgap until some real people in the industry want to.
That's what I'm
him.
doing.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You know what? I would like to really see if we can make some go of this thing, get some sponsors on the show, because when you're on the radio, it's fucking hard to compete with the internet when you're, regulated by the FCC. I used to sit around every day. One day I got yelled at for calling Travis's cat retarded. And I said, so in other words, your cat's a retard. And they reamed me out. And I said, how am I supposed to compete with the internet? I said, why is Glenn Beck's network running a liner that says retard, but I can't say it about cat?
Right.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Right. It's so stupid.
I know.
Because you have them both there. It's not like something where you can't see the other, like this thing goes on, but we're not really aware. Like, no, you're in direct competition with someone who's going, oh, fuck, they're talking like real people, essentially.
God forbid.
I didn't realize your cat was retarded.
Right.
Sorry, my bad. Like, that's what we would say if there were no microphones on and you were being honest. And radio has always been that kind of like, there's an art to it. Mike Clark was very good at it you knew exactly what he or Drew was trying to say. But those days are so gone, and there's so many people still trying to live in that. But the fact of the matter is there's no generation of kid coming up now that is like, oh, when I get a little older, I'm going to listen to the radio. Like, no, they're gone.
Yeah.
Right.
There is no group
it's quite
coming up
literally dying.
They're gone.
That's because it's a vicious circle. They spent too much money for these stations, so they couldn't get new air talent. They couldn't get people, interested in being air talent. And, if you're not talking to these kids on their level on the younger stations, they're not coming in. They don't want to hear a 50-year-old top 40 DJ talking to them every morning.
Hell no.
No. They want an edgy guy like Joe Rogan, and we can't do that. You can't do it. And right next door, they're doing it. So, on the internet, and here we are. So, I would rather do this if we, if it's something that we can all feel good about and make a little money doing,
Yeah, no, totally. I think there's way more opportunity. And the fact is, it wasn't but a few years ago when we started that it was, do you remember those days, Amy, when I had a thing on the home screen, like how to get a podcast? Like if you've made it to the website, here's what you need to do in order to listen to us. Like those days are so gone. Like my very first intro had a rundown of like how to listen to a podcast. And then one day I was like, wait a minute, if they're hearing me say this, then they've already figured out how to get a fucking podcast.
Right.
So this is pointless. But that shows you where it was. Like it was not just like it is now where there's not a kid on earth, 3-year-olds now, like they would struggle. They would do what your kid did, call you and go, how do I even listen to your show? It's crazy, but
I know it's over.
It's so over. And I don't know where the future is for that, unless it just pays absolute nothing, and you're just, that's what happened with the Drew and Mike show, essentially, was like, we could pay millions of dollars in salary for this #1 rated show, or we could have these fucking clowns do it for $500,000 a year.
Well, here's the thing too. I think the goal of every station is to have every employee $50,000 or less. That's what it is now. It's going to, the days of making a decent wage are over. And I think probably Michelle is the last decent wage in that building after I was gone.
What is a decent wage in, like, you don't have to give me like $100,000 a year?
That's decent.
On a morning. Were you guys mornings?
Yes.
Yeah, dude. That is
it's
insane.
Not Detroit.
I know, but Grand Rapids is still a top 100 market, right?
68. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. So, that should say a lot. That would have warranted $100,000 a year salary 20 years ago.
Right. I made more 20 years ago.
Yeah, for sure.
Big time. But my wife makes a lot more now, so it's nice.
Yeah. You just got to deal with crazy liberal. Other than that, it's great.
Yeah, I'll take her money.
That's why you go into business. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. It's sad. You and I were in it at the very end, so we made decent money while we were at it.
Yeah.
But, I'm too young to retire and too old to start over. So I'm just going to, my plan is I'm just going to string a few gigs together because my wife's got money and because she's got insurance. And I'm just glad I didn't punt her to the curb when you told me to, Mike.
Yeah, I did tell you to. Yeah,
I did. And I said, let me think about it.
Yeah. Did you renewed the contract for another 5 to 10?
I begged her to renew our vows. Come on, baby.
Is she starting to push her fucking liberal weight around a little bit now that you're unemployed 3G?
She knows better.
No, he can totally turn this into his advantage. Women empowerment. I'll be a stay-at-home husband. Yeah. You can support us. It's going to be great.
If she tries to push her weight around, I'll make her have sex with me.
I like
that'll straighten her ass up.
Yeah. Well, this is great. I really, the one thing I was missing was a partner because Amy is a woman and Amy gets hangry
right now, Amy.
She gets her period break. And I don't know what to do about it because I'm never married guy, no kids. And I'm like, oh my God, is she really mad at me today? I think she is. I don't know what to do.
I'm literally not ever mad at anybody, really.
She's sitting right there, right, Mike?
Yeah. Yeah, but I get scared. I get scared and everything. And I'm like, oh man, I wish there was another guy here so we could laugh at her together. and then 3G walks in. We're doing great now.
Hello. But it's interesting. For the first time in my life, getting let go, I'm not worried about it. You know what I mean? Before, when we had young kids, look, I got to pay college and a mortgage, but when every other time I had young kids and it was like, Jesus, I can't be out of work right now. And it was like I was running and chasing jobs, and I just don't want to do that anymore. I'm not going to move. I'm not. Oh, hey. Thanks,
Greg Henson rules. You spelled his name wrong, though, Craig. The Greg Henson you're talking about probably does rule. That's the. Oh, look, it's the part timers. I know, Mr. Doug. I'm very sorry. I was on a take your time doing a show. Yeah, this is kind of what I expected.
Yeah, now you're getting your face kicked in by your
friend. Yeah.
I just realized I hadn't had the chat up.
Hey.
Yeah, I was on a golf thing last week, and
I'm gonna close this door.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun up north with the boys, and then honestly, I didn't want to do this without you here, Amy. Today, yesterday it was like, fuck it, let's just put it off. We'll have 3G here. Tomorrow and we'll go. And so
wait, can I just tell you something? My mom just texted me and she goes, "What? You never get mad at people?"
Only you, Mom. Only you.
Yeah.
That's so
funny. God, that's so funny.
Women and their mothers have the greatest relationships. You guys pine away to be around each other, and then you fight like cats and dogs.
I know.
My mom and sister don't. They are the best of friends.
Really?
They struggled when we were really little. My sister's 5 years. What's that?
It's because they're not libs.
Yeah, my mom's not. My sister's has been on the fence. We're not allowed to publicly speak about who she voted for because it could get her in a lot of trouble.
I think we know now.
Yeah, exactly.
In Northern California.
Say no more.
I didn't say it. So it hasn't been said on airwaves who she voted for this last November. And so I can't get in any trouble. I upheld my part of the deal.
Yeah.
I did not say who she voted for, and I still haven't.
Right.
Yeah. So,
I hope we can have some fun with this thing and maybe even make a little side cash for it,
Yeah. Well, you're the business mind, you and Amy. So when do we get paid?
Mike, this is probably like an off air conversation.
Yeah,
maybe like a brainstorming session.
Relax, dude. Chill.
We've been going for 26 minutes now. What's the holdup? When are we getting paid?
Well, you got to provide some content to people. Is there anybody even listening right now?
Yeah.
There's a few.
Okay.
Let me look on my X. For some reason, the X numbers don't come through.
Yeah,
anymore.
I don't know why they don't show anymore. It used to be this big number, but it doesn't show who's listening on X.
163 people watching on my X. So,
nice.
But you're Mega Barbie.
Yeah,
I am.
I love it.
Someone said that to me the other day, and like to just discount what I said. They're like, "Well, your name's Mega Barbie." I'm like, "Yeah, I know that. You have nothing else."
What was that supposed to be a knock on you?
Yeah, like, discount what she says. Her name's Mega Barbie.
Yeah, but I pay attention to everything Cat Turd says.
Exactly.
Cat Turd is great though.
My new favorite thing is which let me tell you, if someone can get word to Bibi Netanyahu and Israel, I am open for business. I think we all are. We will all gladly take $7,000 a month to tweet on behalf of Israel.
Yeah. I'll glaze all of Israel.
All day, every day. I have made that very well known. But the new thing is, if you disagree with Candace Owens in any capacity, you get paid $7,000 a month. The amount of times I've been told over the last week, like, oh yeah, cash that $7,000 check. I'm like, shit, I wish. Where do I get it? I feel like a loser because I'm not getting paid to tweet these things. What's happening?
So we got to trash Candace.
Yeah, and we need to reach out to Bibi.
Wait, Candace. So Candace is anti-Israel. She thinks Israel murdered Charlie Kirk. Is she pretty?
That was all going down last night.
Was it more? I didn't see it last night. What's the update?
She released text messages from Charlie.
But I guess I don't understand. In my mind, those are two separate issues. Like Charlie dying and those texts. Matt Walsh put it really well today. I listened to his show on 2x speed, which is very fast for Matt Walsh. But
what radio station's he on?
I just listen on YouTube. He's on Daily Wire. Oh. I was like,
don't need it.
Yes, thank you. Touche. I get it. But anyway, he was like, because I guess these were like 2 days before he died or whatever.
Yeah.
And he said, when you're in a position like Charlie, you have a responsibility before you just go popping off to your millions of followers, cough, cough, Candace, that you stop and you reflect on what you're saying. Like this was a vent session between him and his buddies. You know what I mean? That they turned over to the police as just like, hey, this is what some of our last conversations, because nobody knew what had happened. So like the fact that these texts got leaked without context and without Charlie to be here to be like, yeah, you guys, I was just like venting and like throwing some shit around and kind of just saying, like, yeah, maybe I should abandon this cause if this is how they're going to treat me, and then slept on it. And this is going to be my path forward. Like if you, Candace, want me to believe that Charlie texted that in a private text thread and 48 hours later, Bibi Netanyahu had him assassinated. To me, Bibi would be like, let's work it out because he's a pretty good ally of mine.
Yeah, I don't believe any of it, to be honest with you. He might have thought he was going to be assassinated, but I don't think there's anything that really points to Bibi.
No, I think he just thought that in general because of what happened to Trump. And I mean, he says it when in his, Mike, I played it for you last week, but in the Bill Maher interview at the beginning, where Bill Maher is like shocked about his security. And Charlie's like, yeah, I get death threats constantly. Like, I've got to travel with security. So I just don't think, and I mean, right before he left for Utah, he was dealing with the fucking witch hex, So like, he thought people wanted to kill him.
The fact is, if that's all the evidence you need, like, this text string where he's like, I'm kind of feeling bullied at this point. I'm not going to be bullied. Imagine if every time one of us, you could go through my text. There's probably one where I go, fucking Greg Henson, that fat head. I don't know where he said he was going to be here at 3:30 and it's not where the fuck, okay. If Greg dies all of a sudden now, well, clearly I had motive and I was talking shit. Like I've probably talked shit about the warden.
Imagine if I suffocated tonight, Mike. And I have a text here from you and Greg saying I'll stuff her face. Greg's going to be pulled in for questioning.
Yeah, and I'll be the lead witness. Without
context, that's very damning.
Dude, the amount of people that have talked shit about me I've talked shit about like
touche, Amy. Mike, you're a penis. He wrote, just for context.
Just for context, yeah.
Mike said Amy's got to stuff her face before.
Yeah. Do you think I didn't set that up on a platter for you? Do you think I didn't set that up on a platter for you to retort with the stuff her face?
You knew what I was going to write.
Of course.
Yeah, that's why he did it.
Why
and
do
why
you think
he
I
sent
posed
it to me.
it that way? And why do you think I'd send it to Amy? It had me going, she's going to stuff her face real quick.
Totally.
Yeah.
Once I told Mike that I was getting dinner, he was like, oh, I've got an idea. I've got a joke. There's a joke here. And it involves stuffing her
worked it in, though, to the conversation.
We're starting at 6:30. P.S. Greg says he's going to stuff your face. It's just, but yeah,
our text messages between Mike and I are to see who can go the lowest. Just so you know,
yeah.
Yes.
Every conversation is.
I appreciate that.
It starts with fucktard or dipshit, or it's never
usually Greg start with pulling out of my mom or something. He's about to pull out of my mom and he won't be ready for another 20. That's usually the starting point between my text with Greg.
He goes, I don't think that's true.
It's your sister.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's been my mom too. Let me finish coming on your mom's face and then we can go. It's like a lot.
Yeah, but you usually tell me that I'm chasing around men.
Yeah, I usually go gay. I usually go gay with Greg. Like, yeah, when are you pulling out of that guy? And we can.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then I have to retort Amy and say, "No, your mom."
Yes,
right.
That's it. You know,
that could be closer to the truth.
Shit, just for the record.
And just so you know, this is all going to be played in your murder trial when I suffocate tonight. And this is Exhibit A.
What did she got? Why'd she suffocate? She got her mouth stuffed.
By Triple G.
Yeah, she's going to end up a corpse with dog bites on her arm. And then it's going to be like.
Thrown out on the front lawn like a piece of garbage.
I'm pretty sure Greg Henson stuffed her face with something. He bragged about it, for Christ's sake.
And sprinkled tail light on the way out.
When somebody tells you who they are, believe them.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's so dangerous. Kind of circling back to Candace,
right.
like Candace is talking to millions of people, and I don't know where this goes, but I find it hard to believe that in a 48-hour period, like he makes a couple really kind of soft comments about, and you can understand that's a fact. He's going where young kids are. He's going on college campuses. It totally makes sense that they would be asking questions going, what's going on, man? It looks like a fucking bloodbath in Gaza. I don't know if I'm totally behind this. And he would have to be answering those kids. He can't just ignore them.
Right.
And so it totally makes sense that he would have some questions like, hey, where's this going? What is there an endpoint to this whole thing? And their answer is, how about we give you $100 million? And hey, I'm a $2 million donor. You better have the right opinion. It's like, yeah, well, that's not going to work with young people. They don't give a shit.
And let me tell you, as somebody who's been in a business meeting before where somebody has given me an ultimatum, the minute you give me an ultimatum, it's not happening. It's done. It is done. I will make sure I do everything to make sure that fucking doesn't happen. Like, it's just done and over with. So if I imagine Charlie Kirk when some dickhead, some total dickhead who has the ability to donate $2 million thinks he's some fucking big shot because he can call up Charlie Kirk, calls him up and swings his $2 million dick around and goes, hey, I don't want you to have Tucker speak at your event or I'm not going to give you my $2 million. Well, guess what? Fuck your $2 million. Fuck you. And your $2 million. And guess what? I'm inviting Candace too. Like, that makes sense to me.
Talk about people that will cut off their nose to spite their face. Anybody I've ever met that like speaks publicly, kind of isn't afraid to be a voice, a person out there. The last thing they're going to be like, oh boy, I better get in line then. Like, no, those are not the types of personalities that are going to fucking fall in line and be like, yes, sir. I've got my marching orders.
Right.
Like, no, wrong group.
Yeah.
And
this also wasn't Bibi Netanyahu or the state of Israel. It was a Jewish donor who was trying to throw his money around and was mad that Tucker Carlson was speaking at AmFest. And so, like that is honestly probably why I could never truly be in politics. I'm not going to kiss your ass for money. I'm just not going to do it. And like when you come to me and you're like, well, I don't like this, too fucking bad.
Man,
too bad.
Yeah.
I get it, man.
What did you? I don't think I've talked to you since the whole murder of Charlie Kirk. Have we talked about it, Greg, at all?
I think you talked a little bit a couple days after.
Yeah.
But yeah, brutal.
I mean, just insane. What do you think of? Are you getting the feeling like there's a lot of people? I know Amy and I have talked about it a little bit. This idea of like finding a new Charlie Kirk, and we're just going to throw someone else out there on there, like. To me, that is such a, like, no, dude, you don't get it all what made Charlie Kirk then.
It's got to be organic. They got to find somebody.
To be.
They need to just find somebody. In the meantime, his wife can probably do some of the things he did just because of who she is, but no one was as well-spoken and thought out as Charlie Kirk. You'll find it hard to find someone. The only person I can think of who can think on their feet like him is Ben. But Ben's not the same type person.
No.
Look at what I just opened my X and look what this person, her name is That Patriot Bitch.
Yeah.
Look what she sent to me. 7,000 because I commented something on Candace's thing and she said, never thought you'd turn on people for asking common sense questions and exposing foul people in Charlie's life. But hey, cha-ching, right? What a disappointment. Hey, that patriotic bitch, fuck off.
Oh, nice.
Fuck all the way off. Okay. Yeah. And if you want to send me $7,000, I will gladly tweet whatever the fuck you want me to say. Okay.
Do these people really think you're collecting $7,000 per tweet? Taking a side?
Apparently,
they don't really believe that, do they?
That's how stupid they are and desperate to believe in a conspiracy. Like Candace Owens mentions one time, yeah, I hear Israel's paying influencers $7,000. And then all of a sudden you do one thing that is like, I don't have a fucking opinion on Israel or I don't.
Right.
That is so far out of my, like, I stay away from it because I don't fucking care. But if you just like 7 degrees of separation from Israel and they're like, oh, you're getting paid $7,000. Okay,
I wish.
Cool. I would love that.
It sounds like a tactic to shut down, to dismiss your opinion on anything.
100%,
right.
100%.
They don't really mean it, but
Mike, did you and Greg, did you guys see those that Democrat AG in Virginia?
Yes.
His text messages that came out over the weekend?
I heard about it. I haven't looked into it though. What do you got?
He wants to kill conservatives and their kids, right?
Yeah, it's a black guy,
like
right?
To see it happen.
Is it a black guy?
Yeah.
Is he like a youngish looking
he's like
black dude?
He's like a mix. He's a lighter skinned black guy, looks like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, my buddy's running for lieutenant governor of Virginia, John Reed. He was my morning guy at RVA. So he's within a couple of points of the Muslim up in the north part of Virginia.
You think he's got a shot?
Yeah, I do.
Does this affect him? This story?
No, he because it's the Democrat, but he's a gay conservative with a black boyfriend.
Nice. That's
they don't know what to do with him.
Oh, the Republicans went after him.
Why? Because he's a gay dude with a black boyfriend?
Oh yeah, they stayed away from him because Republicans in that state are just they're rhino losers for the most part. But the people aren't. It's the politicians. But yeah, this guy who sent those text messages, he's still going to win.
Nobody has come out and condemned what he said.
No,
I mean, they all
love it
because they agree.
with
what he said.
Right, of course.
So this guy Gilbert is who he's talking about. Who's his opposition? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
He says, if those guys die before me, I will go to their funerals to piss on their graves, send them out awash in something. And this person is like, Jay Jones. Like, what are you even saying? He says 3 people, 2 bullets. Gilbert, that's his opposition, Hitler and Pol Pot. Gilbert gets 2 bullets to the head. Spoiler, put Gilbert in the crew with the 2 worst people you know, and he receives both bullets every time. And then this guy's basically like, it really bothers me when you talk, like, say stuff like that. Like, it's really unhinged, whatever. And he was like, you were talking about hoping Jennifer Gilbert's children would die. Right. And he goes, yes, I've told you this before. Only when people feel pain personally do they move on policy.
Psychotic.
Wow. Psychotic. I don't know if you guys have run into this. I did, with a friend of mine who's a hardcore Dem lib. Huh?
The warden?
No, not the warden, but I've never gotten in the conversation deep enough with what I do with the warden, because I have to live in proximity to the warden. I don't need it. She doesn't hold any power. She doesn't. So it's like, no, it's better to just like, okay, and walk away. Like, I have this platform and can say my piece. But I had a conversation with a buddy, and it was going down one of those roads, and I was like, dude, you sound to me like if you could snap your fingers in the perfect world and you could eliminate all conservatives, Republicans, if you could just kill them all, you would. And without missing a beat, his response was, 100%. 100%. If every conservative Republican could be killed overnight, that would be amazing. And I used to think, and this is going back, this is during Trump's first term that this was said. Mm-hmm. Then seeing the response to Charlie Kirk's death from people, and I'm sure you guys have this too, like, holy fuck, I went to high school with this person. I worked with crazy. This person. Like, this isn't just some like wild, out of the loop nut job on Facebook. No, these are people I personally know, worked in radio with, worked for years with. Like, I didn't say that it was a good thing, but like, no, I know exactly what you're fucking doing. I know exactly what you're saying, and you're gleefully excited about this stuff. I think these people do love this. I think I believe the guy that was telling me, like, with the snap of his fingers, if he could kill all conservatives, he would. That would be a good thing. I believe these people. I believe that guy in Virginia.
So the other day, I take my dog out to my car. We're going to the park, and I look down the street, and my neighbor's like pacing his driveway. And I'm like, oh God, he wants to talk, because that's kind of what he does. And so I call my brother and I say, just sit on the phone so I can get away.
Yep. So great move.
I pull up and I go, hey, what's happening? And he looks at me, and this is how he starts it. He goes, respectfully. Honestly, respectfully.
Oh boy.
Do you believe what you posted on Facebook? Because I just wrote, we have a left-wing violence problem.
Yeah, we do.
Accurate.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree with that. Well, yeah, I don't post shit. I don't care what you think. It's my Facebook page. He goes, you voted for Trump? He's a criminal.
Oh boy.
I said, oh geez, Eric. He goes, and then he was talking about, he tried to get into the Jimmy Kimmel thing. And I looked at him, I said, I think I know more about this than you do. Probably best not to engage. But I was like, fuck you, man. Who do you think you are?
Yeah.
To ask me what I post on Facebook. Fuck straight off.
Yeah.
That's
So was he like waiting for you?
He was waiting. He must have seen me come out, because he wasn't doing anything.
I want something like this to happen to me so bad, and it just doesn't.
Yeah. He was pacing. And I was like, God damn it. And he did this once before, and I had to hear some sob story. So I thought that's what it was again. And I was like, Jesus Christ. And so I pull up, I go, hey man. And he goes, respectfully.
Oh, no.
So, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
What have you ever thought about playing it out with him? Like, let's go through the FCC and Jimmy Kimmel really quick. Let's go through all of it. If you really believe this, let's really go through, like, have they thought it out at all, or is it just straight emotion? Because
what do you mean?
Do you feel like engaging with Eric down the street at some point and going, let's go through the criminal charges here.
I was just about to say, if you even just asked him, tell me what he was convicted of, he wouldn't be able to tell you.
He doesn't know, because it's 34 accounting errors.
Yeah.
And they charged him 34 separate times for the same accounting error.
Yeah.
And But you know what? My wife thinks he's a criminal too.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
What? What did he do?
Yeah.
Exactly. Everything was overturned on appeal.
Right.
Everything.
Yep.
Yeah, because his team's in power. They're throwing it out because his team's in, like, as if it's just one guy able to just wield all this power. And like, I remember like the FCC or these media outlets or whatever, they'd stand up to Trump in a heartbeat. They love nothing more than the publicity of standing up and going, we'll see you in court, sir.
Yeah.
And like all of a sudden they're caving to his every whim. Get out of here. It doesn't work like that.
No, I mean, have you seen these judges blocking everything and then it's got to go to the Supreme Court and get overturned?
Yeah.
There's so much judicial interference that if they wanted Trump, they could have, if they had anything on Trump, they would have got it.
Totally.
Yeah.
But how do they not see that? The 34 felon, and we said it at the time, like the only point of this conviction is so that retards can go all over Facebook and be like, you voted for a 34-time
so Eric
felon?
Can wait for Greg in the driveway and be like, respectfully, he's a criminal.
Yeah.
Well, and when that was happening, the process was the crime. Not the conviction. Going through the process, like you said, enabled everyone to call him a criminal by corrupt judges, left-wing, Democrat judges who are activists. That's what it all was. Anybody with a brain sees that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
it's just like,
a great rebuttal is, don't you guys love criminals?
Yeah.
I mean, you spend your life putting them back out on the streets. This should be a redemption story that you can get behind because you too, as a criminal, can become president.
Oh, think about them with the gleeful celebration of January 6th, not recognizing the irony of like due process, fuck all for due process. Just throw them in prison, let them rot for 4 years for, a loitering charge. And not understanding, like, you go to bat to throw real criminals back out on the streets.
Right.
And you want fucking Nana who waltzed through the Capitol to spend 4 years in prison. Like, what are you even talking about?
Right. It's ridiculous.
The wording too. They say something about you voted for someone criminally responsible for rape or something like that. Like, like the way they word it, like, he promised to be a dictator on day one, like twisting the sentence, the joke he was making about
very fine people, blah blah blah.
Very fine people.
Mike,
when you really banged that ugly chick in a dressing room
dude, that story makes no sense. None. No. Middle of the afternoon, this billionaire fucking TV guy that everybody knows just happens to waltz into, whatever store it was and just grab some chick and rape her in a store. Like, none of that.
He had some of the highest end of poon on the planet.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. Donald freaking Trump.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No matter how gross he is, there's somebody.
Yeah.
Right.
No, it's just remarkable the amount of people that will, someone said it. I heard it somewhere, so it must be true because it's him.
Yeah.
It's like, all of a sudden, evidence, facts, just common sense. Common sense gives you that story with E. Jean Carroll, and you just go, "Oh God, no person in their sane mind would believe that stupid story. No one,
none.
But unless you absolutely desperately wanted to believe that was true or even possible,
it's just confirmation bias. That's all it is.
Yeah. You would think you could sit down with those people, though, and just kind of explain some of the inner workings and details of, like, if this was your son on trial and these were the facts 30 years after the fact, these were the details that were presented in court, would you be cool with your son being convicted of? But, like, no, you wouldn't. You'd be horrified.
To argue with them and have a conversation. The first thing they do is go, you've just been watching too much Fox News. That's the one thing they say every time. Every fucking time. And I'm like,
how does it?
Oh, and you're not watching MSNBC.
Yeah. How does it feel to be in a cult and brainwashed? Right. I know you don't reckon it. You're like, oh, it's just,
that's true.
It's
Mike,
it's mind blowing.
When you were away, did you see that story of the guy in Kentucky who was released on parole after 8 years after murdering a 6-year-old boy?
I did.
I don't think so.
So this poor dad Okay, so this guy, his name is Ronald Exantis. He's 42. He attacked this entire family in 2015. He broke into their home and attacked the whole family, but stabbed this 6-year-old. I don't know if he stabbed him in the head, but slashing him repeatedly in the head with a kitchen knife. The father confronted the intruder, and he was also stabbed and thrown 10 to 15 feet. The other said he stabbed me in the back and then stomped on my head. And I remember waking up across the room, and I looked, and it looked like he was killing Logan, and Logan was screaming. So,
oh my God, Logan's the 6-year-old.
Yeah. So this guy, he's found not guilty by reason of insanity. Keep in mind, when he was arrested and they were interviewing him, he was like, fully understood what he did, knew it was wrong, and he said, someone who does something like this should die, basically. Like, he admitted, I fucked up and I should be killed for this, basically. But no, he's found not guilty by reason of insanity, and he's found guilty of assault with a deadly weapon. And he was sentenced to 20 years, but 8 years into his sentence, and he got paroled because he's considered a non-violent offender.
Wow.
So the dad,
you get what you asked for. Good. Put him back out on the streets. Perfect. I'm sure he'll live an exemplary life going forward.
The dad did an interview, and it's heartbreaking.
Well, the dad said, if I see him, I'll kill him.
Yeah.
And I would too.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. It's up there with the
he said, I made my
assault
peace with
the
God.
daughter. Yeah, I'd kill him if I saw him. Seriously. And most people go, yeah, I get it.
I was reading.
But he'd go to jail for life.
That's the thing. But I was reading the comments on like the Instagram story or the Facebook story when I first saw it. And I've never seen, and I actually experienced this with my own situation that was in the news. There is nothing that brings a community together more than the wishing death upon someone who hurts a child. 100% across. There's never anybody that is like, well, hang on a second. This is a human too, and he shouldn't do this. I mean, across the board, 100% of the comments were like, put me on the trial. The dad's not guilty. Or like, I'll be the alibi for the dad if he needs one. Like, the dad, you do you, my guy. If you come across him, you're not,
Yeah. You could always get a Rottweiler and just turn him loose, and then you can't blame the dad.
That's true.
Right.
Just those stories like that just piss me off.
Me too. I don't know who's fighting for them to get out be paroled after 8 years. Like, what's the rush? Why are we
right?
Like, who was fighting for that?
That was kind of Matt Walsh's point. He's like, he was sentenced to 20 years. Like 20 years is too little because he killed a 6-year-old, but 8 years? What?
Yeah.
That's too little of a sentence, of a 20-year sentence. Why are you getting out that early? And this kind of goes to the whole thing of like, when you make these deals with people, there's not a record of what they did. So now parole board, and they're faced with a guy who was convicted of 3 counts of assault with a deadly weapon, second degree. Yeah. So that's all they're faced with. And so they're like, well, yeah, okay. And he's been a great model inmate. Let's just release him. Where in reality, oh, by the way, he stabbed a 6-year-old in the head and killed him.
Yeah.
But he was found not guilty by reason of insanity.
Yeah, multiple times.
It's unbelievable.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Speaking of stabbing.
I know where you're going.
What
Mark Sanchez?
Yeah,
dude.
What happened?
What's that?
Fill people in on what happened.
So I've read a couple stories. And one of his ex-teammates who wants anonymity was saying that Mark Sanchez has ego issues, especially when he's drinking. I think we've all been around those guys. That doesn't bode well. But yeah, he was arrested Sunday after he was stabbed in an altercation with a delivery driver outside a downtown Indianapolis bar. So he's in town to do color for the Raiders Colts game. Driver was Perry Toll, 69 years old. That guy looks fucked up too, man.
Yeah.
Have you seen the pictures of him in the hosptal bed?
Like, he had a big gash on his face.
Huge. Yeah. How'd he get that?
Dude, because he did the stabby part.
Right.
He was doing the pokey. Like that looks like he went through a plate glass window or something and just got.
Yeah, it looks like Mark Sanchez beat the fuck out of him.
He got fucked up.
I know. I didn't pull up pictures. If you have them, feel free to pull them up, Aim. But Sanchez initially booked on charges of battery. Here, let me put that up there. Yeah, there he is.
There he is.
Battery with injury, public intox, and unlawful entry of a vehicle. Prosecutors upgraded the case, adding a felony charge. If convicted, could face 6 years. Surveillance footage obtained by the New York Post shows Sanchez clutching his torso, staggering down the street around 12:30 in the morning after the stabbing. So one of his teammates said he heard about it. He instantly thought that this was bound to happen. He said he crosses the line when he drinks, and many of his former colleagues across the NFL feel the same. Mark has always had a bit of an ego issue, thinking he's superior to everyone. Well, yeah, he's an NFL quarterback. I'd feel pretty superior to everybody, too.
You know what, though? Andy does TV, and those are the most arrogant fucks you've ever met.
Oh, my God. Are they ever?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you've got some stories over the years.
Oh, yeah.
Of those guys. You know,
their shit don't stink. Even in small markets.
Yeah, yes. Even in small markets. I remember, what pissed me off is you'd have someone in studio that was like a analyst for the Tigers broadcast team, and they'd be this, they're not going there. They'd be the most fucking chill. I remember one guy, and I walked him out to his car afterwards, just one of those like, hey, thanks for coming in, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And as soon as we were done, I remember being like, hey, that girl you guys got doing, who walks around the stadium with a microphone and gives out, asks a stupid multiple choice question in the crowd, right. That dumb thing. I was like, she seems pretty cool. He's like, oh, bro, you wouldn't fuck her with my dick. Big old fat ass. You fucking like. I was like, you are never yourself on the air, are you? Like, you'd never get this out of them. But yeah, when they think there's no one listening, the cameras are off, they tell you what they really think of people. So it doesn't surprise me. But he crosses the line when he drinks, and many of his colleagues feel the same. He's got an ego issue. He thinks he's superior to everyone else. When he'd had a few drinks, he was always an annoying guy. He recalls numerous incidents on nights out when Sanchez would start becoming increasingly rude and start arguing about nonsense. He killed the party so many times because of his behavior. I talked with a couple other guys that played with him, and many of us feel the same way. It had to happen to a guy like him because he absolutely crosses the line when he drinks. So didn't he get accused of something at USC?
I don't remember, to be honest. It's been a while, and he was always, I don't know. I don't remember if he did, but it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, I
think there was a sexual component to something. Some chick accused him of something, but he would have been the starting quarterback at SC, and there's no way that guy's going down, no matter what he did.
Unless he killed somebody and they could prove it on video, right?
Right. Yeah, they're gonna find a way to keep their star quarterback out of trouble. This happens at big universities all over the place. Yeah. In April of 2006, while at USC, he was arrested after a female student accused him of sexual assault.
But what was she wearing?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I mean, let's be serious. He was the quarterback.
He's an ass. Oh, what are you saying, Amy?
Yeah. I'm saying she wanted it.
Oh, shit.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know any details, but that's my opinion.
Yeah.
Good looking quarterback, right?
Look.
Yeah, and then guess what? He didn't call her. He ghosted her. He just fucked her and left, and she got pissed.
Yeah, this is Matt Araiza all over again.
Right.
Like, yeah. Saying. Oh, the superstar.
Because here's the thing.
It's the old innocent bit. They came on my back and wrote pictures in it.
He doesn't have to rape anybody. Is my point.
Right.
He just doesn't.
Yeah. I know. And it's easier for you to say it than for Greg and I.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm saying it.
I'm not saying a word. You go, Amy.
Greg and I are like, yeah, Amy, the floor is yours. Tell us.
No, I don't know any details, but I'm assuming the fact that he went on to play in the NFL, he didn't actually rape her.
Right.
So the chaos with Sanchez this time, he confronted a truck driver whose vehicle was blocking an alleyway near a hotel's loading dock. He was in the middle of collecting used grease. I mean, think about that. You're 70 years old. Collecting used grease out of fucking restaurants and hotels.
At midnight.
Sanchez's hair?
At midnight. What's that?
Out of Sanchez's hair.
Yeah. Do you think this guy was like, hey, let me wring out your hair really quick before I leave?
I'll take that shit with me.
You know what the going price is for that grease? The confrontation escalated so quickly, the older man said he feared for his life. He first tried to fend Sanchez off with pepper spray. When he kept coming at him, the driver pulled a knife and stabbed him 2 or 3 times. Sanchez then hurled the man into a dumpster before stumbling away, looking stunned. He soon banged on the window of a nearby bar, bloodied and looking for help. Bartender Scott Bennett recalled dragging him inside while coworkers pressed rags against his wounds and called 911. Toll says Sanchez has permanently disfigured him as well as causing serious physical and mental damage. This truck driver, by the way, this is the greatest thing that could have ever happened to him. Because if this is just some random fucking guy in an alleyway, like, no, now you're able to sue Fox and Mark Sanchez, and you're going to get paid.
Yeah.
The days
of picking up oil.
Picking up fucking used grease in alleyways at midnight.
In Indianapolis.
At 70. No, dude, I know it sucks right now. You got that gash on your cheek. It's going to make for a great story one day. But those days are over, sir. The rest of your time, you can chill, watch Gilligan's Island reruns, and drink cocktails on the couch.
I think it's honestly a decent trade-off.
Well, and now Sanchez is going to need the job collecting grease at midnight.
He'll be all right.
I'm going to take him back.
What do you think?
No, but he'll be all right.
Is there a comeback? Yeah, Mark Sanchez had to make $100 million as a quarterback. He was a number 1 overall pick, right, by the Jets?
Was he? Yeah, I think so.
I think he was a number 1 overall. He had a couple good years for sure.
No one's going to talk about the butt fumble anymore.
Yeah, that'll be lower down the list now.
Now it's just a joke that like he, butt fumbled his way into getting stabbed. My guess though is that
$60 million he's worth.
As he's doing the stabby, Sanchez probably grabs his arm, is much stronger than this guy. Probably is like jerking his arm around. I bet he cut himself with the knife on his face. He almost has like a Joker mark.
Yeah,
it's totally. Like when you had your little brother and you use his own hand to punch him in the face.
Yeah.
Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you punching yourself? Why are you punching yourself?
Yeah.
Dude.
Why are you stabbing yourself? What if Sanchez did that? Why are you stabbing yourself?
Why are you stabbing yourself?
Well, it sounds like he's on camera, like running wind sprints in the alley.
Yeah. I was just going to say, like, this whole story is fucking weird. 12:30, you're doing wind sprints in an alley in Indianapolis.
Wasn't he drunk?
Yeah, he was shit-faced.
That sounds like a bath salt activity.
Yeah,
it does. It does.
Who the fuck wants to run sprints when they're drunk?
No one ever.
Nobody ever.
And he's on camera doing it by himself. Like he's by himself.
It has to be coke or like you have to have some energy.
Yeah,
he's on blow.
Maybe they authorities are awaiting drug tests. The county prosecutor Ryan Mears has revealed that a drug test was carried out. We're very interested in what the tox reports are going to reveal. We're going to work with the investigators, gather as much info as possible so we have a complete picture of what took place. The wind sprints part, I was like, okay, there's more involved than just alcohol. And what, like, so this truck driver's in an alleyway doing his job. Like, what is the dust up? He's not even in a car. Like, you're blocking my way.
Right.
Like, Sanchez tried to tell him he couldn't park there.
Because he was running his wind sprints.
Yeah, probably, honestly. Like, do you know who I am? I'm Mark Sanchez, and I'm trying to run wind sprints.
Right, I'm going to make a comeback.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? I mean, Mark Sanchez could get out of this if they find out like he was in a bar and they spiked his drink. Someone spiked his drink.
Which he'll say probably.
Yeah.
Anything to get out.
Yeah.
Or that he'll say that he called him a racial slur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll argue that he has CTE or something and undiagnosed.
Yeah, that's not a bad one. I hadn't thought about the CTE, but
which I object to, by the way. I understand that it's a thing and I get it, but I also don't. You can't go on and like live a normal life every other day of the week and announce games and you're doing great. And then the second something bad happens, you're like, it's crazy. I have CTE.
Right.
I just feel like, maybe if you were
in an alley.
Yeah, exactly. After a couple cocktails and a couple lines of blow, your CTE doesn't get worse.
What do you guys think? They're talking about 6 years in prison.
No.
What do you think a Mark Sanchez gets?
Probation.
You think? That's
it?
It?
He doesn't have any felonies or
People
anything.
with money.
He's got a shit. All that guy wants is money. He doesn't give a fuck if he goes to jail. They're
going to buy him off and may never even go to court.
Yeah. What do you think it'll take? $1 million? Do you think it takes a couple million?
This guy?
I think he's.
Yeah.
$50.
I was thinking 15 million, maybe.
15 million? Because he's suing Fox. Now, as someone who's run media stations and stuff, Greg, have you ever had the station sued because of one of your employees?
No.
And would you be worried about something like that? Like Fox has got to be standing there going,
Fox is going to go throw the guy $1 million, tell him to shut up.
Yeah, right?
It's a rounding error for Fox. They don't care.
Yeah. And Fox, it sounds like there might be something in the in his agreement that you can't possess a weapon or something. So if he did something like with a weapon, maybe they're not liable for that injury, and it'll be more of like our employee did something stupid, here's $1 million, but you want the rest, you're gonna have to get it from old Marky.
Yeah, maybe. Well, he's leaning into it already. He's in significant pain, permanent scarring. Yeah, that lawsuit took 12 hours?
Yeah, and which goes to show you it's not about the jail time.
I had an incident years ago. I've talked about it before, but I got into a fight at a strip club that I was doing on behalf of, the guy was an asshole for sure. And he pushed me and I punched him. And he sued me, he sued the bar, and he sued Riff.
Really?
And I got interviewed probably 3 times, and it was great. Tom Bender had my back when I explained it to him. He was like, wish you would have brought this to my attention Monday morning, and I didn't hear it from the police first. I was like, yeah, sorry about that.
No surprises, brother.
Sorry about that. That one's on me. I probably should have come to you and told you. And what they decided was, since he pushed me first, it was self-defense. And so everything was basically like he had no case. There was no charges they could bring against me. And so it went away. But, common. It was like Riff had nothing to do with it. It was just a minor dust up, if you will, at a titty bar. But he immediately sued the radio station, knew where I worked, and was like, they'll just pay to make you go away. Unfortunately, he laid hands on me first, so that didn't work out for him. But I imagine that's why this guy's going after Fox. Yeah. And Fox will probably go, fuck it, give him $1 million. He's got a scar on his face, yeah, sure. But
right, it has nothing to do with Fox. That's the crazy part.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, and I swear to God, I did not intend to bring this up. Even though there's news about it, I did not intend to bring this up. But in Karen Reed's civil case, John O'Keefe's family is suing Karen for intentional emotional distress, but also the bars that they were at beforehand, because they served her alcohol and then she ended up not hitting John with her car. So like they've got these two bars that are involved who are probably going to be like, all right, whatever our insurance limits are, we're going to pay you out and get the fuck out of here with your bullshit.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And I imagine the argument from lawyers in a case like this would be, Fox should have known that they were putting someone on the road in locations that was unstable, that had and our guy was in that situation because Fox was irresponsible with sending this guy out on their behalf. He was a ticking time bomb, and this is what happened.
Right.
So,
Stupid.
What do you think happens here, Greg, for his hiring in the future? Do you think he's done as far as like a broadcaster?
Podcast.
Barstool.
A Barstool podcast.
Yeah, because why would anyone hire him? He's not that good. He's not that memorable.
Yeah, he's apparently
I didn't even know
super.
he was doing it.
Yeah, he's fine. He doesn't jump out as like, oh my God, he's doing the broadcast. It's usually one of those like, who is this doing color? And you go, oh yeah, I guess that is Mark Sanchez. To your point, nothing memorable about it, but apparently he's a really hard worker, super prepared, kind of does his prep like he would as a starting quarterback in the NFL and very detailed guy.
And
but
he's still
working
out?
Yeah. But is there a comeback from this? If you go to rehab and oh yeah, I was going through some difficult stuff. And I mean, I don't know.
Rehab is definitely in his future. It's a must if he ever wants to. Yeah. Rehab is 100% happening.
That's all. I just don't think he's worth the headache, to be honest.
Who would be? Would third leg Greg?
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady sucks though.
He doesn't
matter.
He's coming around.
Yeah,
you think he's coming around? See, I still think of him as like he's there. Like I think Greg, what's his name, is pretty.
Greg Olsen.
Greg Olsen, third leg Greg, as he rapped about himself in that song when he was in Miami.
Well, we all are, Mike. All of us.
Especially if you have 3 G's in your name.
Right.
Yeah,
because the tattoo wasn't big enough to fit the tattoo.
Yeah.
But I think third leg Greg is good in the booth. He is. He's talented.
Aikman and Buck, they could survive something like this.
How do you feel about Aikman?
I don't mind Aikman. He's fine.
See, it's funny. My dad hates Troy Aikman, not because of the 49er fan that my dad is, but because Aikman was caught in that hot mic talking about how gay it was that they were doing flybys or flyovers for the national anthem. And Aikman was like mocking the military guys. My dad that was it. Fuck Troy Aikman.
Whoa.
Yeah. Done with Troy. Troy Aikman's not a patriot as far as my dad's concerned.
And your dad probably served in Nam, baby.
My dad almost went to Nam. He flew fighter jets in the Navy and the war ended just as he was going off.
Oh, wow.
So, but yeah, he takes it very seriously. What do you think of the statement by Nick Sanchez, Mark's brother? I didn't even know Mark had a brother, but he sent out issued a statement on behalf of the Sanchez family. This has been deeply distressing time for everyone involved. Mark and our family are incredibly grateful for the concern, love, and support we've received over the past few days. Mark remains under medical care for the serious injuries he sustained and is focused on his recovery, and the legal process continues. We would like to extend our heartfelt thanks to the first responders and medical staff.
And we apologize to the poor guy he beat the shit out of.
Yes, that's what I was thinking too. Like nothing in there about
the victim.
The guy that was forced to stab Mark.
Right.
Like, don't you think?
Like, hey, Mark fell on a knife 3 times. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Don't you think someone you're releasing a statement on behalf of your family member, but not you. Don't you think it would be in your best interest to be like, hey, there's concern obviously for so-and-so, Mr. Tote, whatever his name was, and just be like, yeah, the grease man.
Did they say anything about his anything family?
No. They're thrilled about all the concern and love and support they're getting. And they're thankful to the first responders. And Mark is dealing with the serious injuries he obtained and go through recovery. And the legal.
I would love it more if there was a PS. If the guy would have just moved his fucking truck.
Yeah.
Get the fucking truck out of here. This doesn't happen.
Well, what's crazy too is it sounds like Mark was not fazed by being pepper sprayed.
Right.
No.
Such that this guy had to go all stabby. So
yeah.
He's lucky the fucking guy didn't have a gun. He might not be here.
Yeah, he's lucky he's alive.
Yeah. No doubt about it. Abe, do you have a commercial read you want to do there? I was going to do one, and then I want an update on the story we were talking about before
Mike, you
I
sent
went
it
out of
to
town.
me You sent it to me in a text.
I can do it. Well, see if you can find it. This part of the show is brought to you by your insurance expert. Are you paying too much for health insurance? Are you uninsured? Health insurance can be confusing. Nick Matthews from Your Insurance Expert is an expert in health insurance, life insurance, and Medicare supplements so that you don't have to be. Call Nick today, 248-914-1173. Do you want me to read it, Aim? I have it.
Yeah, I don't have it anymore, Mike.
Oh, you're unbelievable.
Well,
Today's show is also brought to
I
you
only
by...
have my text back a certain amount of time.
That's fine. Deer Lake Athletic Club in Clarkson. They offer adult, junior tennis, pickleball, and swim lessons, plus junior swim team. Fitness classes included with membership in their gym, cycle room, and 3 pools. The Backcourt restaurant inside the DLAC is also open to the public. They're now open every single day of the week, Monday through Thursday at 4, Friday and Saturday at 11 a.m. and Sunday they open at 10 a.m. for Chef Jerry's famous breakfast. They offer dinner specials every day, too. Book your holiday party before Thanksgiving in their banquet center to qualify for their banquet specials. Visit their website, DeerLakeAthleticClub.com, for more info about the club, restaurant, and banquet center, or call them today at 248-625-8686. Only have a few minutes left, Aim, but do you have the update? And maybe for the member show tomorrow, Amy and I will do a member show tomorrow. We can get into Hank Winchester because it's going to require a little more time, but I definitely want to discuss that.
Well, Mike, do you want to hear about Katie Porter and her interview fiasco that happened today? Do you know about that, Greg?
Yeah, is she a tranny?
Dude, no, she's not.
Oh, now I want to hear about it.
She's not. Isn't that shocking?
I was sure she was.
I know.
Isn't the only tranny in office Sarah McBride? Tim?
Probably.
So this chick is running for governor of California. And she used to be in Congress, and she's a monster, apparently.
She used to be a man.
And so there's this CBS reporter who had all of the Democrat nominees for governor in to do this sit-down interview, like one after another, and ask them all the same 10 questions, okay? Like all the same 10. And everyone was able to answer what you will see is like the easiest softball politician question of all time in terms of basically like, hey, how are you going to reach across the aisle and appeal to the Trump voters, for example?
Is this like Mazie Hirono asking everybody, have you ever committed sexual assault on a man or a woman?
That is one dumb bitch.
She's the worst.
She is the
Hands
worst.
Down. The dumbest.
Like, it's funny. Every time I watch one of these people get their moment to shine, I go, oh, that one's now the worst.
Right.
Yeah.
That was like Mazie's right up there. Yep. But then I'll hear some other dipshit speak and I'm like, nah, that one's probably still worse. So what? Right. So this is Katie Porter. I know I hate her and I can't remember why.
What'd you say?
I said I know I hate her, but I can't remember why. There's something else.
Oh, and you're telling me in a minute.
Oh, yeah. You'll know.
Need in order to win. Who voted for Trump?
How would I need them in order to win, man?
Well, unless you think you're going to get 60% of the vote. You think you'll get 60%? Everybody who did not vote for Trump will vote for you. That's what you're saying.
In a general election? Yes.
Well, to those voters. Okay, so you...
I don't want to keep doing this. I'm going to call it. Okay. Thank you.
You're not going to do the interview with us?
Nope, not like this. I'm not. Not with 7 follow-ups to every single question you ask.
Every other candidate has answered.
I don't care. I don't care. I want to have a pleasant, positive conversation, which you ask me about every issue on this list. And if every question you're going to make up a follow-up question, we're never going to get there.
CBS News,
I mean,
wow.
It's my job to follow up.
Yeah, that's the only reason I'm here is to follow up.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
Unbelievable.
You're telling sleeves though.
She what?
She needs to wear sleeves.
She does.
Yeah, that wasn't a good look.
No, that is a horrible look.
I need to wear sleeves. And if I know that I need to wear sleeves, the fact that she doesn't know she needs to wear sleeves is a problem.
Who does she think she is? Like, honestly, I swear, no Republican, not to make it totally partisan, I can't imagine the Republican that would have the nerve, the gall, the fucking balls, the temerity to respond like that in an interview. Like, that tells me that you're so used to getting away with saying anything you want in an interview and having no follow-ups that you feel emboldened to behave like that.
Yeah, and you're not used to ever being challenged.
Right.
On anything.
Incredible.
That's exactly what it is. They're so used to never being challenged that when they are, they're taken aback.
Yeah, she was offended. She was legitimately offended. Like, someone had, and it wasn't like, oh, these are gotcha follow-ups. They were just follow-ups she took issue with.
Right, right.
Simple follow-ups.
She did some damage, I think, to herself with that interview. I don't know that, because she was the front runner when this happened yesterday.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Dude, imagine thinking that anyways. Like, that's a very legitimate question. Like, hey, there's people that voted for Trump that obviously wouldn't historically line up with your thinking.
Right.
How do you get them under the tent too? And she's like, as if.
Right.
Right.
Like, wow. Really? You're not even going to fucking.
Do you want to see how her competitors responded?
Yeah.
Sure.
Because Megyn Kelly played this earlier on her show.
Megyn is crushing it, by the way.
She is.
She's great.
She is just killing it.
It's right here at the beginning. 1 second.
Wow, who's this lesbian?
I know, right?
It's a
Okay,
dude.
so here is.
Jesus. Sure it is, Greg. Sure. Okay.
6 million voters who voted for Trump is a lot of votes. Are you going to need those votes in order to win if you're a top two?
I need every vote.
What do you say to those 40% who you may need in a top two California primary?
I think them specifically. I think they're tired of politicians just talking at them, and I feel like they just want to be heard and they want to listen.
When it comes to redistricting, are you alienating those Republicans by saying, yes, I support what Gavin Newsom is doing?
You know, look, I would look at the polls of the state. Right now, the polls say protect California. Whatever the California customers want, I will be their leader and represent.
Yeah. Like, it's
Pretty easy.
the easy question.
Yeah, these are day one things. This, you don't need to overthink this. Yeah, that's incredible.
I was in a pageant one time. One time I was in a pageant.
Just one?
And yes, just once. Shockingly, it wasn't my thing to
Miss
get
Nude
along
Michigan?
with a bunch of women.
Were you going for Miss Nude Michigan?
No, Mike, I was a teen at the time, so that wasn't appropriate to enter that contest. But I say that to
I don't know.
Say,
Every advertisement I get says hot teens.
Yeah, that's true. He's got a point.
Somebody's looking at him.
I had to, as like a 16-year-old, had to sit down and go through training of questions. Like, these are some questions you're going to be asked, and how should you answer them? It was so basic. Like, so you spend a half hour doing it for
Maybe
like
just world peace.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Oh my God.
No, it's
I wonder-
you always work in the dead dad angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a win every time.
Yeah.
I wonder what her comms director is just off screen watching that take place. I mean, at that point, you just hand her your credentials and be like, "Good luck, you're on your own."
Yeah.
Like, no, I can't. There's nothing I can do with this.
I
Send me
mean,
my last check.
that reporter was not even adversarial to her at all. Leading up to that, it was just a normal question. Like, but that kind of goes to what we were saying earlier. Is I think if she was truly honest, she would admit that she wants them all dead. She doesn't want any of them. She wants them to burn in the fire that crazy liberal started. Did you see the picture of the guy who started the Palisade fire?
Yeah, I did. I'd have more respect, by the way, for her if she was like, I wish they were all dead. I don't care about their votes. At least, like, I know that's how you. I know that's how you all feel. At least if you're honest about it, I go, well, you're a shit person, but you know,
like the
thank
AG
you for your
in
honesty.
Virginia.
Right. You'll win.
Yeah, right.
Say that you'll win.
Yeah.
Don't try to.
Your party will agree with you,
and they'll help you.
Yeah. They believe the same way you do. Yeah, I did see that. The arson guy.
Nerd.
Of course. Nerd.
Some
29 years
nerd.
old. And I think it's like 6 years he's facing for, like, a dozen people died and thousands of homes were burned to the ground.
And dogs.
And dogs. Yes, we care more about the Roops.
Yeah, we do.
Right.
Like, dude, 6 years. What are you talking about?
If one Aussie died in that fire, I'll fucking kill that guy myself.
You know,
Seriously.
one did.
Well, that's how I feel about Henry Ruggs, who is doing a tryout for the Giants, I think, because they just lost Malik Neighbors.
Wait, is he out?
For the season.
No.
Ruggs. Is
He's out of prison?
Oh, yeah, he's out.
He is?
What?
Yes.
Wasn't that like a year ago?
No, he got like a super short sentence. And he's out.
Yeah. Wait, he got like, I remember this story at the time and going, okay, 4 years, that's going to put him at 28, 29 years old. He could still have some juice left in those legs. Could you bring him in? But he's out already?
Yes.
What if he still got 4.3 speed and the Lions were like, we could use a little help. We can't go back and change history.
Oh, maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
Tell me. Yeah, look it up, Amy.
Maybe he's not out. Wait,
no, he's August 26th.
That was in Vegas,
August of 26. Okay, next summer he's out. I must have been bamboozled. But yes, he's getting out August of 2026 and he'll be 27.
Yeah.
Wow.
He can if he's staying in shape.
Easy. Well, what else is he going to do unless the sisters are visiting him every night?
He burned a dog alive and a human, but a dog.
Yeah. The Roops is the one we're really cared about.
Yeah.
Because I think we could see it in a car.
Yeah, it was sad.
What are Roops?
Yeah. Roops. They're dogs.
Dogs. Animals.
Anything adorable, not a human, can be a Roops.
Well, sometimes humans are Roops.
I had a long-standing... So Roops, I used to call Izzy. The poops. Look at that poops. I would say, Greg, I don't even hear me anymore. He's probably going to get one of his Roops.
She's just scratching at the door. I let her in.
Is it ours? Is it the Aussie? Oyst?
You want to see her?
Yeah. I hope she makes the ears again. You want to call her, Amy, or you want me to call her?
Oyster.
Oyster.
Are you a good girl, boy, whatever you are?
You're good. I'm a girl. I'm a beautiful girl giving D licks and loves.
Yeah, looks at my pink scholar.
Call her, Mike. See if she does.
Oyster. Yeah, I'm right here. Look at you, pretty girl. That's a beautiful Roops. Hi. Cece's got she's been limping.
Oh.
And she's been on medication. She lays down, and when she gets up, she's like, she'll hold one hand up. And she's just limping. But then once she gets it kind of worked out, she's fine. She's jumping in the pool and she swims around. She's darn great. But when she gets up, it's like, I'm very, very injured. Very, very injured. She went to the vet and then I was out of town. So she's on these like anti-inflammatories. And I think the warden and I are going together with CC Tuesday, maybe.
Wait, you left CC alone while you went out of town?
Yeah, well, the warden was here watching her, and the warden likes...
You left your dog?
Yeah, I tried to take her with me, but they had a rule against shedding dogs, and CC sheds, as you know.
Of course.
Those Aussies are shedders. Dude, this house I was at is fucking bananas.
Immaculate?
Oh, my God. Immaculate, 9,000 square feet on a golf course. Like, stunning.
Who is this person?
He works with my brother. He owns a company, and he's eventually, the plan is to buy this 2 golf courses, restaurant, like he's one of those guys. I call him the mayor. He's gonna be a private jet dude eventually. But this is his house we stay at. And so, but I'm like, I want to bring the Roops. And he's like, what breed?
No. Fuck no.
It was like, there's allergies in the family. And I'm like, I get it. So we're going to take her and they're going to have to do x-rays.
Mike, if it is a torn ACL, or ICL, one of the two, which Miggy had, not Miguel Cabrera, but my Miggy, don't have surgery on it, Mike. It will heal on its own.
Well, it's been a few weeks. And
I know. No, it'll take months to heal on its own. But what they told me was, they're like, yeah, we can do surgery. It's going to be like $7-8 grand to do it.
And it's a long recovery.
It's a super long recovery. And what happens, especially with active dogs, which Miggy was at the time, and Cece obviously is, with like jumping in the pool and stuff.
Yeah.
When they're recovering, they favor their non-injured leg. And so then they put strain on that one. And he says a lot of times once I do the ACL on one knee or on one leg, I have to do it on the other leg because they end up tearing that one too. And now you're out like 14-15 grand.
Yeah. No, I don't see doing that.
Miggy just, honestly, it probably took like 3 or 4 months for his limp to go away.
Look, Greg, 3G has made me feel like a very inadequate father.
Why?
Because you take yours to the dog park every day, and Cece
he's unemployed.
Yeah, but even when he was wildly employed, he was taking her every day, and like I get her in the pool and all that, but I don't. I took her for a walk yesterday, but I'm not the fucking walk my dog every day, go to the dog park every day dad. And so I feel inadequate. Like I caused this. She's perf sticks. She's the best thing ever. And her dad's a lazy sack of shit. So here we are. And so, and I take her for a walk and it's like 90 out and I know the cement's hot and I don't want to put shoes on her because that looks gay. And so it's like, what do? I don't know what to do. But
put shoes on her.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, because that hurts.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Well, I tested the cement yesterday and I was like, it's actually not that bad. It's pretty good. So we went for a little walk. What's that?
Get up before noon, you dumb fuck.
I know, right? I know. All right, why don't we wrap it there?
All right, man.
As I get insulted for the dog. Greg, we'll see you on Monday. I'm glad you're here. I'm sorry it's under the circumstances of you being, thrown on your ass in the industry you love.
Yeah.
But
radio giveth and radio definitely taketh away.
Taketh more than it giveth.
Yeah.
But members, patreon.com/TDC podcast. Ames, we'll do one tomorrow. And maybe we get into the Hank Winchester thing. But all right, everybody, it's good to be back. We'll see you next week for non-members and members tomorrow. Bye, everybody.